So it's currently really loud in my house, so I decided to go inside my closet, so just muffle the voice of some random YouTuber playing Fortnite and my mother watching Filipino drama on the side. So yeah, I hope you guys like the audio and hope you guys like this video. So when I was asking the adults about PJ, they just didn't know anything. So I was like, you know what? I am a smart one and I should ask the higher grades. So like that's about like grade 5 and 6. And at the moment I was kind of scared of them because I saw them as this amazing, perfect student where they're like the smartest and they should always listen to whatever they say. And they're really intimidating because like at the moment I was just a little chubby grade 2 and I don't want to be in their bad side. So the whole time that I was trying to figure out where PJ went, I just kind of felt like Sherlock Holmes or like Detective Conan, but just a really, really terrible version of them that came from China. I guess in this case, Philippines. I know it was none of my business and I should be doing my own thing, but just like that one stereotypical Filipino worker that everyone hates in their job, I'm gonna get in everyone's business, I'm gonna figure out what happened to this guy, and I'm gonna listen to as much gossip as I needed. Which honestly led to nowhere. But there was this one time this kid literally pulled me to the side, the very sketchy part of our school. And you know it's the sketchy part of your school because as soon as you look at the area and just the location, you know you're gonna get shanked. But yeah, there's like broken boxes everywhere, there's garbage, and there's like a big tree just making like a big blind spot so the teacher doesn't see you during lunch for like recess or whatever. At that moment, I thought I was gonna get turned to adobo. Or maybe molested, but like that's the least of my problems. He apparently wanted to tell me something. And apparently he had a stutter. And I didn't even know that when I was a kid.
You thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you?
But yeah, he had a stutter and he just told me, just came close to my ear and whispered, PJ never existed. I'm sorry, what? PJ never existed? I know PJ exists. Or existed, I guess, because he might be dead. But, yeah, I have memories of him. So don't just try and pull off a Mandela effect on me. Like, I know that Arthur had a tail. I still remember the first time we started praying for PJ at school. It was when our chaplain, or I guess our teacher, started adding in his name somewhere in our morning prayers, because she customizes it herself. And the first time we heard it, no one knew who this person was. Some people were guessing it was like the Pope or like a bishop or priest of some kind, or maybe even a saint. But I'm well aware that he wasn't a saint. His name didn't sound like anywhere close to a saint, but he might be a martyr soon. But yeah, no, I know he was the guy from the higher grade. I guess after this whole prayer thing started, it opened up a door for the teachers to share us what happened to PJ. In this case, he got kidnapped outside of our school. Honestly, it makes sense that the teachers kept it to themselves for so long, cause it would just cause mass panic within the students. Like, if I heard that the day after he got kidnapped, I would stay inside, lock my doors, lock my window, close my blinds, maybe check my door again once or twice, cause I have this really weird problem where as soon as I lock the door and turn around, I just completely forget that I locked the door, and like, I question myself, so I go back and lock the door again, maybe once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, or just until I am satisfied that the door is locked. And I'm sorry to all my friends going outside and playing and wanting me to play outside and do some physical activity, or maybe play pogs or like kick a can. Like, I ain't going outside and risk myself getting taken? So this is my situation. Our school is located within our subdivision, which is also gated. That means that you need to know someone in the inside to get inside. And we also have a guard stationed at the gate at all times. They probably have a day shift and a night shift guard. The problem wasn't the guard, nor was it the gate. The problem was the students. All of us lived in different places. I guess I was the lucky one that lived in the community that had the school in it. But there was also a subdivision right beside us, which held about 40% of the kids, which also has a gated community that has to cross, I guess, the street to come inside our gates. But don't forget about the houses that are maybe further or closer, but also outside of our gated community. They gotta get in somehow. Do you know how hard it is to remember people's faces? Also, in this case, no one can really know who's coming in and out when the morning person doesn't know everyone that comes in during the nighttime, and the nighttime person doesn't know everyone coming in the morning. So it's just like a whole mess. The one thing I never really understood when I was a kid, that there was a tindahan in front of the school, which is a little store. Also, our office for our school is literally in front of the school, which also has a big window showing like the front lot. But no one stopped the kid from getting kidnapped. They kind of just saw it. I guess it was just a regular thing. Oh yeah, no, he's just coming inside the little vehicle with a really sketchy ass guy, and they just drove away. I had this stupid suspicion when I was a kid that the day shift guard was in on it. I know it's just like, don't judge a book by its cover, but like I always found him weird whenever he tries to talk to the kids coming in and out the gate. And also, like, how far-fetched is it if like the guard was in on it and he just let the kidnappers in, let him out, and just like close the gates and just like book it? So after a while, there was this quiet period where everyone just forgot about PJ, didn't really talk about him, and just lived their lives and didn't really give a fuck. But not until this person found PJ in a palenque, just randomly one day. He was just in a palenque, and this guy recognized him. If you know what a palenque is, you know it's like really muddy, and like the muddy water is mixed in with blood and probably whatever is, I don't know, guts, and it smells kind of bad, but you get used to it the more you go there. But in the bright side, there's a Jollibee right beside the palenque, so I hope that the kidnappers just kind of gave him like a jolly hot dog or something just right before they left him behind to die. All jokes aside, we can all agree that no one wants this to happen to themselves, but we can't really escape that. And according to some people, PJ never really came back the same. He didn't know who he was, where he lived, nor his parents. And that makes sense why he never really walked or ran back home when he got free or got left there in the palenque, because he didn't know where to go. And thank God he got found, but right after the whole incident, when he was reunited with his parents, they decided to leave the community. It makes sense because you got kidnapped in the community, you're not going to stay in the community. So they kind of went off grid as well, so no one really could find them at Facebook. So it's 2006 or 2007 when this actually occurred. So I just hope that PJ, his parents, and all of you guys had a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. So it's been 2 months since I recorded my very first abduction story, which means I'm just recording this in 2019. Oh my gosh, I barely have a week left before school starts again, so I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this in time. That means it's gonna take more days, more weeks, more time, because I'm gonna be sharing that time with school. I'm so stupid. I should have did this last week.